Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I am Uzma Jafri. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Friday, the 27th of July. Indian Prime Minister addresses BRICS-Africa outreach session in Johannesburg. Imran Khan declares victory in historic Pakistan elections. And Afghan Air Force conducts 12 strikes on insurgents daily, says Defence Ministry. And now for all the details. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday attended the BRICS-Africa outreach session in South Africa's Johannesburg city. In his address, he underlined the need for investment for improving digital infrastructure and said issues like workers' mobility should be addressed.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday said developing countries should be ready to make opportune use of the digital technology and key aspects like big data analysis and artificial intelligence. The Prime Minister made the remarks while addressing the BRICS-Africa outreach session during the 10th BRICS Summit in South Africa's Johannesburg city. He underlined the need for higher investment for improving digital infrastructure and said issues like workers' mobility and improved skilled workers should also be addressed.
एक बार फिर ऐतिहासिक मोड़ पर हैं। डिजिटल रिवॉल्यूशन के कारण हमारे लिए नई संभावनाएं उत्पन्न हो रही है और इसलिए यह जरूरी है कि हम ऑटोमेशन, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस और बिग डेटा एनालिटिक्स के कारण होने वाले बदलाव के लिए पूरी तरह तैयार रहें।
Earlier on Thursday, the Indian Prime Minister held talks with South African President Cyril Ramaphosa on the sidelines of the summit to boost bilateral ties. He also met Chinese President Xi Jinping and discussed issues of mutual interests, including trade and investment, along with cultural relations. During talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin, both the leaders discussed the expansion of trade and investment, agriculture and defense, among other issues of interest.
One terrorist was gunned down by security forces in an encounter in Kupwara district of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir on Thursday. The encounter broke out after security forces had launched a search operation in Handwara area of the district. The search operation turned into a gun battle when the militants in hiding opened fire on the security forces. In recent months, the province has witnessed a spate in terror activities. India accuses Pakistan of regularly arming and infiltrating terrorists as proxy to mount attacks on Indian soil. Pakistan denies the charges. In news from Pakistan, Tehreek-e-Insaf or PTI chief Imran Khan on Thursday declared victory after a long delay in ballot counting and allegations of vote rigging by most opponents. According to the results, PTI led the National Assembly tally with 115 seats by Friday afternoon.
Pakistani cricket icon turned politician Imran Khan declared victory on Thursday after a long delay in ballot counting and allegations of vote rigging by most opponents. With about half the votes counted from Wednesday's election, Imran Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf or PTI was in a commanding lead in the Muslim-majority nation, the country's election commission said. In a speech peppered with populist pledges, Khan promised to create jobs for the poor and ensured he would build a balanced relationship with the US that is beneficial for both countries.
मैं चाहता हूं कि अमेरिका के साथ भी, यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स के साथ हमारी एक ऐसे ताल्लुकात हों जो कि म्यूचुअली बेनिफिशियल हों, यानी एक ऐसे हों जो दोनों मुल्कों के लिए फ़ायदामंद हों। अभी तक बदकिस्मती से हमारे ताल्लुकात वन वे रहे हैं, यानी कि अमेरिका समझता है कि वो पाकिस्तान को इमदाद करता है उनकी अमेरिका की जंग लड़ने के लिए। इससे पाकिस्तान को बहुत नुकसान पहुंचा है।
Meanwhile, supporters of jailed former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, who accused Khan of colluding with the army, said the vote count was rigged and termed it as an assault on democracy in a country that has a history of military rule. Pakistan faces a mounting economic crisis that is likely to require a bailout from the International Monetary Fund, although PTI has not ruled out seeking succor from China, Islamabad's closest ally.
In news from Afghanistan, Afghanistan's Defense Ministry on Thursday claimed that Afghan Air Force carries at least 12 strikes on insurgents daily and that it has been a constructive step in tackling militancy.
Afghan's Ministry of Defense on Thursday claimed that Afghan Air Force carries at least 12 strikes against insurgents daily in order to tackle the militancy situation. According to the ministry, the Air Force carries over 100 transport and support missions in a day, which includes regular airstrikes on insurgents. Afghanistan's Defense Minister Tehreek-e-Insaf said that the Afghan army is fully capable of defending Afghanistan's sovereignty and the people.
این یک پیام است برای دشمنان شما که جامعه جهانی با شماست و با شما خواهد بود و آنان از راه جنگ پیروز نمی شوند.
General Nicholson had earlier said this year, joint US-Afghan joint airstrikes will be intensified in 2018 as part of the ongoing counter-terrorism efforts. Efforts are now underway to expand the structure of the Afghan Air Force threefold, as it is one of the key elements of supporting ground forces.
More on news from Afghanistan. Activists and artists from Afghanistan, Tajikistan and Pakistan participated in a one-day festival held in Afghan capital Kabul on Thursday. The festival, which aimed at strengthening peace between the three nations, witnessed diverse cultural and artistic events.
Scores of people, including activists, artists and journalists from Afghanistan, Tajikistan and Pakistan, participated in a one-day festival for strengthening peace on Thursday. The festival, which was organized in Afghan capital Kabul, witnessed diverse cultural and artistic events. Handicrafts from Afghanistan and Tajikistan were also displayed during the festival.
د دې لپاره خاص کردار چې کوم دی ځکه چې په پاکستان کې هم د ځوانانو شمیره چې کومه ده په زیاته ده او دغه شانتي په افغانستان کې هم زیاته ده که موږ کم ځوانان چې کوم دي که موږ رايوځای شو په یو پلیټفارم باندې په یو ټیبل باندې کینو موږ خبرې اترې وکړو نو انشاءالله چې دا ټولې مسلې چې کوم دي دا به هواري شي په دواړو ملکونو.
نزدیکسازی افکار و ظرفیت‌های جوان این سه کشور برای ایجاد فضای همدلی و باور و بالاخره دستیابی صلح در افغانستان و منطقه قدم و قلم می‌زند.
A fashion show was also held during the event, which showcased traditional dresses of Afghanistan. After Afghanistan, the next peace festival will be held in Tajikistan and Pakistan.
Moving on to news from Nepal. Nepal's senior orthopedic surgeon and activist Dr. Govinda Kesi ended his indefinite hunger strike on Thursday after signing a 9-point agreement with government. He had been demanding reforms in the country's medical sector and received support from many.
Dr. Govinda Kesi, an orthopedic surgeon and activist, ended his 15th hunger strike on Thursday that demanded reforms in Nepal's medical education sector. The indefinite hunger strike ended on its 27th day after Dr. Kesi and Nepalese government signed a 9-point deal. National Communist Party or NCP leader Subhas Nebang, along with others, was present when the strike was ended. His demands and strike received support from masses as earlier on Sunday around 200 protesters began a mass relay hunger strike in country's capital Kathmandu. One of Dr. Kesi's major demands that the government agreed to was to put a moratorium on opening new medical colleges in Kathmandu for 10 years. Earlier, Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli and other senior leaders of the ruling NCP had opposed the demand. The government has now agreed to take the suggestions made by Dr. Kesi and his representatives to the cabinet for approval.
Bangladesh border security officials have claimed that the movement of Rohingya refugees is controlled within the country. The comment was made during a 4-day conference between border guards Bangladesh and India's border security forces in northeast India.
Bangladesh claimed that the movement of Rohingya refugees inside is contained within the camp in the country. It was pointed out during a 4-day border coordination conference between Border Guards Bangladesh or BGB and India's Border Security Force or BSF that ended on Wednesday. The conference that took place in Agartala city of India's northeast Tripura province witnessed discussions regarding the problem of constant Rohingya refugee influx.
We have taken all the measures to control these Rohingya movements within the Bangladesh. And we have our systems, the established camps, they are not allowed to go out of the camps. And if they try to do so, we try our best. And if they sneak through, then BSF is doing the same.
The Indian and Bangladeshi border guards also adopted a zero-tolerance policy to curb smuggling of arms, explosives and drugs and human trafficking along the borders. More than 600,000 Rohingya Muslims have crossed the border since last year into neighbouring Bangladesh after Rohingya insurgent attacks on security posts sparked a counter-offensive by the Myanmar army. Rohingyas are denied citizenship in Buddhist-majority Myanmar and regarded as illegal immigrants.
Devotees across India thronged temples on Friday to celebrate the Hindu festival of Guru Purnima and offered prayers for the well-being of their gurus or teachers. The festival is traditionally celebrated to pay respect to spiritual and academic teachers and express gratitude towards them.
Scores of devotees thronged temples across India on Friday to celebrate Guru Purnima, a festival dedicated to spiritual and academic teachers. Hindus in India's western Shirdi town carried out a procession dedicated to Sai Baba, an influential spiritual master, early on Friday. They also visited a grand temple in the town of the master, who is considered a saint and worked for the downtrodden and preached communal harmony. In India's northern Varanasi city, long queues of devotees were seen waiting to enter a spiritual teacher's temple. They offered prayers and sought blessings on the festival, which is traditionally celebrated by Hindus, Jains and Buddhists who pay their respects to their teachers and express their gratitude.
आज गुरु पूर्णिमा का पर्व है, हम अपने गुरु की पूजा करने आए हैं, बाबा का आशीर्वाद लेने आए हैं.
Meanwhile, similar scenes were witnessed in India's northern Gorakhpur city as people thronged temples to offer prayers and honor their spiritual teacher with flowers. Guru Purnima is celebrated in India on a full moon day in the Hindu month of Asar.
Bollywood actress Kareena Kapoor Khan dazzled as she walked the ramp on day 2 of the India Couture Week on Thursday in Indian capital New Delhi. The event also saw the runway being taken by models wearing dazzling skirts, lehengas and shimmery gowns. Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on southasianewsline.com. You can also visit us on facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time next week. Have a great weekend. Good night.